everybody. All right, so thank you. This is for those of you who asked for a part 3. So I did a bonus reading today. I'm not going to recap everything because it'll be boring for those of you who already watched part 1 and part 2. But as soon as this is done processing, I will link those part 1 and part 2 to this. Otherwise, you can also just find it under the video tab. Or you can find it in the playlist called Bonus General Messages. So there's 3 ways for you guys to find this. But I figured that for this third part, we kind of left like wondering what was going to happen. Is the Empress going with that brand new love that she is? I mean, it was like kind of a big buildup. Like today was kind of the day, or if not today, like in the next 7 days, there was a time period where our Empress was kind of at a turning point in her life where she was about to step through that revolving door and go into a new phase of her life where she was saying, universe, bring me the good stuff, bring me the good. I'm done waiting on someone who didn't show up. I'm done on that. Well, of course, that's the time that we see this character who gets triggered to come rushing in. Well, of course, the Empress was ready to receive a new person, and it looked like there was a new person on the horizon. So we're kind of, what we saw is that other person was going to be entering into her world, the person from the past. So, oh my goodness, we have a 2 of Swords. So it's definitely crossroads moment for our Empress. Hold on. Let's just first ask now. Since we have the 2 of Swords, we know that we've got the place where those swords cross is where her decision has to be made, right? So somebody from the past versus this new love that she asked for. Everything is kind of culminating all at the same time. Let's take a look at, we didn't know in part 2 how things were going to go with her and the person from the past. But we also don't know how things were going to go with her and possibly this new love that she had called in. We kind of saw her almost looking at them like, I don't know, maybe I'll talk to the person from the past. Oh my gosh. No joke, we just got the sun and the moon. The sun is on the side that represents the new person, possibly a Leo. This is in the full-on upright position. This is joy. This is happiness. This is amazing. We got the moon in the great position as well. This is fully illuminating things, all the secrets. Okay, so these are the sun and the moon. I have to say, this is an interesting twist to this story because no wonder we have an Empress who's going to be sitting here at a crossroads. But she is sitting at a crossroads, but there's the moon above her. So again, she is going to solve the mystery of, what am I supposed to do? Universe, why are you bringing me the old person back in at the same time that I asked you, please let me have like a wonderful, sunshine love. I don't want to be trapped in karmic cycles with somebody from my past who couldn't show up for me. I don't want to do any more of that. Well, here's the thing. Both of these connections appear to be divine, right? Because the sun and the moon, it doesn't get much more perfectly aligned than that, right? And these are 2 different halves of her life. Maybe we could look at that as well. This is a time for, let's put it this way, at bare minimum, this is a time where she is having full illumination in every aspect. Now, there is one other component to this where, plot twist, this could all be the same person. Because the moon in full illumination lights things up pretty good. And that represented that past person, the one who we were talking about so much in like part 1. She was ready to like really release that fully. And that person from the past was having a lot of anxiety because they were feeling the pressure that it's time for me. I have to take action. Oh my God, I have to take action. And so they kind of come in at 11:59 p.m. because it's like right at midnight. That starts the next day and she's never looking back at them again. So it was a lot of pressure. Well, this is that past person comes in and really, truly lays it all on the line. Everything is laid on the line. This person is coming in with loyalty. This person is coming in to, it's almost like they have full clarity on what they feel, who they are, where they want to be connected. The Sun card, meanwhile, is representing who I was referring to as the new love, right? Now, if you watch part 1 and 2, you'll notice that the old person hijacked the meat of both of those readings, in all honesty, even though we had an Empress so determined that she was going to call in whomever is in her greatest and highest good. What is so wild about this, and we also saw her show up as like a Queen of Wands in part 2, where she was going to be like actively calling in something awesome for herself. What's so wild is she does call in something amazing for herself. She calls in the kind of love. It's almost like she got fed up and said, I want the real deal now. I want real love. I want real connection. I want all that sun, all that light, all that love. I don't want somebody who's unsure about what they think, unsure about where they're at, unsure about what I mean to them. Okay, hold on. I suggested this could be the same person. This is starting to change that perspective, possibly because we've got a lot of stress. So happy, and tons of stress. This could be that she meets an amazing person who, because they are so great and because she can see all this happiness with them, it's like, what do I do now? Because I never dreamed. I was setting myself free. I was releasing that past person and I was entering into a new contract with a new wonderful person. Now this new wonderful person, I'm having all this stress. Wow. And this 9 of Wands, because I'm thinking about, my God, do I end up with the person from my past, or do I walk into the sunshine? Okay, here's the thing. A sunshiny day is going to be a heck of a lot warmer than a full moon. Just, I got to put that out there. Let's go back over and look at the person from the past. The one who is coming in with a full-blown love offer. They know exactly what they want. They know exactly what they want to offer. They want to thaw this out. This is an ending where they have been, and we saw that they had been hanging out, not taking action, not doing anything, and now they're rushing in. They want to thaw this out. They want her to warm up to them. They want to express emotions that they never expressed. Here's the thing. This person, even though they have like this huge amount of explanation, this old person, they are spilling it all. They are saying how much they love her. They are saying how much they care about her. They are saying how much they want to be dedicated to this relationship. It's like the floodgates open, they start talking, and man, they can't put a sock on it in it if they tried. It's like, I got to tell you everything, this is how I feel about you. This is how I've always felt about you. This is the kind of love I have in my heart. It's been horrible being away from you. It goes on and on and on, right? Thing is, this is messy. Now, they showed up as like riding a squirrel also. And I feel like this is still, it's not like they aren't willing to work on this. They are, but there is still this messy situation that maybe because there's been a lot of lines that have been crossed, blurred lines, in this relationship with them in the past. Maybe they still don't necessarily know how. I'm going to say this person sucks at relationships. I'm just going to say it, right? And that is not to be insulting. Like, look, I don't know what a pro at relationships means, right? We're all just on this rock that we call Earth, learning stuff every single day, right? So, but this person in particular could really have, we saw a lot of mistakes, right? And we saw them always waiting for the future to show up so that then maybe they could figure out how to fix stuff. So they've made mistakes in part 1 and part 2. And just because they're coming in to reconcile now, and they're doing it with an open heart, and they're doing it like this, so the floodgates have opened and they want to say everything they've ever felt. It's messy. This is the kind of conversation where it's like full on snots running, and sorry, Steffi knows I just had a sneezing attack. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? It's just that in order to work on this, it's probably still going to be a bumpy road. Is there love here? Oh, heartfelt, absolutely. Is there deep emotion? Absolutely. There is so much emotion that runs really deep here. And is it also a mess? Yes, in this storyline, it is also a mess. Again, there's no judgment. I'm not ragging on that. Like, some of the best stuff on earth is messy, right? And that doesn't mean it's not beautiful. That doesn't mean it's not totally fulfilling. But oh my God, here we go again with this person is ready to, if the Empress will give them another shot, they are willing to literally do just about anything to make this work now. This person is so reinvigorated. I want this. I want all of this. I want to make this right. I want us together. This person might be like, now that they've admitted to themselves what they really want, they found the courage to come forward, and they're saying everything. This is like, I feel like this person is like on this race to not just say everything, but to also win the Empress back, because they were so close. I mean, they were down to the last minute on the clock before this Empress would never have even, answered her phone if they had called again. So there is some incredible impetus right now for them to, now that they've felt the pressure and now that they've taken action to say, oh my God, this is how I feel. This is how I've always felt. Please let's start this over again. I know it's a mess. I know that I don't have everything worked out, but I'm ready. I will move to be with you. I mean, this person is like ready to do whatever it takes to be in the same town. I'll move. I'll be there with you. I'll be there in 5 hours. I'll drive all night. I'll take a Greyhound. I'll run the last 2.5 miles. I don't care. I'm on my way. Like, this is really, really almost an air of exuberance combined with, I didn't lose my chance. I could still have this with you. Wow. And there's big old love here. This person is like trying to make up for lost time. Huge love. Okay, hold on. That's the person of the past. Let's go back over here to that new individual, the person that represented the sun, the person where we don't have any tainted history with them, right? We just have a new, fresh horizon. We saw that she was having somebody new come in, and it was an 8 of Wands. We saw that twice. For those of you who watched part 1 and part 2, you will see that, I think it was part 1 where we saw the 8 of Wands come out twice for the Empress. And we didn't identify her as the Empress until a little bit later on. I had to wait till we had a card that gave her a name. But we saw that someone was having new conversation. Somebody was going to sweep her off her feet. It was really exciting. It was really amazing. But it's interesting because now that that 8 of Wands is over here on the old person's side, who is coming in with a full-on cup of love. They are that person from the past coming in to really give their whole heart and to accept all the love that she did have for them. Like, they want it all now. Okay, but this person that is new, the person that I think is amazing, who is also on the scene for her, it becomes this major stress, right? Because why now do I have to have, like, basically the most incredible opportunity in front of me? Someone who is fabulous, someone who they sweep me off my feet. They fill my heart. They make me feel young, and they're exciting. And now this fun, wonderful, exciting person, instead of enjoying, every smile and every flirt that I have with them, instead I'm filled with stress because all I can keep thinking of is, do I let this person from my past? I mean, they're almost like already on their way. This could be that the person from the past says, can I please, see you? I'll be there on whatever, Sunday. I'm coming to see you on Sunday. And it's like, okay, I have a date with this new person on Saturday. That's what's happening. I have a date with this other person on Saturday. And I already knew things were probably going to go somewhere. It's going to be hot and heavy. This is going to be a whole day. We're going to spend it together. It could be super romantic. Now I'm so stressed out. It's going to be the whole day. I'm going to be thinking about my ex coming up on Sunday. So what am I doing? Like, I don't know. This is like almost overload for her. No wonder. And remember, she sits here with this 2 of Swords. Here's the thing. As it pertains to this amazing Leo, she's sitting here now in like a crisis of like morality, like what's right, what's wrong. On one hand, I do not want to mess with this amazing person and hurt their heart. I also don't want to have my heart hurt by somebody from my past and miss out on this amazing person. So what do I do? Ooh, this is a tough one. What does she do? Do we stay with this deck? I don't think so. I think we need to go. That's the meat and potatoes. But let's get to the, we need some kind of advice here. What does she do? Let's, strangely, I want to go with this Oracle deck first. Give me just one for her. Wide open. Okay. So card number 42. She can't make a decision from a narrow mind space. She can't make it from a place of fear. She can't make it from a place of, I don't want to miss out on an opportunity. She has to be really wide open to the fact that she asked the universe, please bring me the love that is in my greatest and highest good, the love that's going to be satisfying and fulfilling, the kind of love I want to experience. Right now, she's a free agent. She's in between two worlds in this story. She has an ex who is wanting to give her the world, or so they say. Again, talk is cheap. Sorry, until we see that, then walk the walk. Who knows if that's true? Meanwhile, she has a new person who seems really fab. But again, how do we know? Sometimes the veneer wears off and we see, wow, that was just simply veneer. That's not who they really are. So it's too soon to get all upset and to say, oh my God, this is the most perfect person ever. And now because my ex is coming back, I can't stop thinking about that. This is like, wait, let's dial it down. 42 is also the number associated with the meaning of life. If you are a Douglas Adams fan, like I am, if you've ever read any of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So 42 is a great number in my mind. The age I will be pretty soon too. So this is a fun year for me. I feel better than I ever have in my life as to where I am right now. I feel more confident, more satisfied, more just like accepting of where I'm at in life than I ever have been before. A lot of things don't bother me the way they used to. A lot of things I care. This sounds terrible. I care very little about what anybody thinks of me anymore, which is a wonderful, wonderful shift to experience. And so, all I'm going to say, the reason I'm putting that other spin on it is because this is a wonderful place from my perspective, right? And although these are fictional stories, and this has nothing to do with my life, I will just say that when I see the number 42, I immediately have good vibes because I'm like, oh, that book was hilarious. It was terrific. I love that author. I love that series of books. And then this is also my year, 42. And so it's just kind of a really nice place to be in, wide open. Douglas Adams was a sci-fi writer and very much a comedy writer as well. But again, wide open. Now, like, don't read his books unless you have a wide open mind, because it's really hilarious and unique humor, and again has that sci-fi aspect to it. So it's more about, like, I always say science fiction is about what's possible, not necessarily what's plausible. And so being wide open to all of her possibilities. You know what? The truth of it is, the whole world is this Empress's oyster. Why does she think that there's only two options? And why is she getting all stressed over it? She doesn't know if she wants either one of these yet. Remember, an Empress is going to choose what she actually wants. So there's no point in getting stressed. Now, obviously, this does not mean, oh, who cares if we mess somebody else around? No, she's not going to go out and hurt somebody. But she's also, I think with this, it's saying, wait, don't get all stressed out and say, oh my God, I have to choose between this person who wants me or this amazing person that, neither one of them do we know who does she want. So it's all about changing the question. It's not about, who should I like say yes to because I don't want to hurt this person or that person. It's like, wait a minute, why don't we just wait and see what they're offering? Because it's, when we talk about matters of the heart, especially, it's about what do we actually want? And all too often, I think characters surrender their personal power of choice and start to feel obligation. And I don't think that works in romance. That's just my spin on it. You know what? I want one more. By the way, I always like to add this in, which is, look, I don't say things that I think are right. I just read a story, and then sometimes I'll put in my own 2 cents here and there. But just know you don't need to agree with me or think that what I'm saying is correct, because I don't know that I'm correct about anything on this planet. I just simply say what the cards remind me of here. Containment. Cauldron. Yeah, I gotta say, though, I'm going to double down on what I just said. It takes time to stew on what do we really want. We got to first see, especially with containment, this is like she is her own autonomous person. She does not have to give to anyone. Just because somebody from the past wants to come back in, give her their whole heart, doesn't mean she needs to say yes. And it doesn't mean she needs to feel guilty if she tells them no. Just because they're desperate to fix this and she can see and feel like, oh my God, they really are like racing in and they want to do anything to fix this. Doesn't matter. It's not, she is under zero obligation to make them feel comfortable. The only obligation she has is to her own life, her own quality of life. Now, that may sound callous, but again, let's remember this is matters of the heart. This is not about like, I want to be fair in business. This is not somebody being like, well, I'm just going to get what's mine and I don't care if other people are starving. No, no, no. This is matters of the heart. That's the only place I think where we got to be more like, what do I authentically want? Well, I don't know yet. And if I don't know yet, then I can't really, in good conscience, make a choice because I'm not about to, ruin things for my own happiness because I feel obligated to give somebody from my past a choice or a second chance. No, I don't need to if I don't want to, but I'm not sure yet. So talking to them on Sunday is not the same as saying, now I'm going to have to let them kiss me. Oh, no, she does not. No one has to let anybody kiss them. you, you, you do not get to touch all this yum yum, all this good good. I decide who touches all this yum yum, all this good good. I just feel like this whole containment thing. This is her giving herself the space to say, no, I'm a self-contained person. No one makes claim to me unless I choose to allow myself to connect with them. Just because you reach out your hand doesn't mean I'm holding yours in return. So there's a sense of, this person from the past seems to be like really racing forward, right? With all this love does not mean she has to accept it. Meanwhile, she does not have to get super stressed out and act like, oh my gosh, this brand new person that I just barely met who is really fun to flirt with and really wonderful. If I want to get to know this person, I should be able to do that because I'm not making promises. It's different if I've already, made a promise to one or the other, that's totally different. This is a brand new person who seems wonderful. Rather than be in a state of like grief and upset when I could get to know this person, why don't I put it in that context of like, I don't know where we're going yet with this person. I mean, that's a totally different story if there's already like physical, contact and all kinds of expectations, right? But we really saw someone who's just shown up on the scene for her, who seems to be really lovely, really wonderful. And we don't know where it's going to go, but she's already stressing big time about, I'm going to break this person's heart or I'm going to break my own because I'm, not going to get to be with them. And it's like, well, actually, she can be with them if she wants to. Nobody can say that she can't be with this person. But again, do we know anything about this person? Let's just see what's the. Yeah, we'll stick with this deck right now. Give me one card on the whole energy that surrounds this. Whoops. I said one, we got two. Wow. Ace of Cups, Three of Cups in the reverse. So energy speaking, we've got this grounded energy of a desire for love, right? I feel like she already sees I could really love this person and they could actually really love me, but I can't have a third party. I won't do that to this person. Okay, so she's already leaning towards saying, I already understand where my parameters are. With this new person, they are wonderful. The last thing I want to do is be disrespectful, hurtful, play mind games, have mind games played on me. I'm not going to do anything that's disrespectful to this amazing new person, right? So if I really think that there could be something here, that I want there to be something here, then I already know very clearly, especially with my personal willpower, is that I may tell that person from the past, no, you may not come back to me right now. I'm actually just now getting to know somebody who's really, truly wonderful, someone who I need to see where this goes with them. If I choose not to pursue things with them, then I may contemplate things with you again. But, just because this person desperately wants to show up does not mean that she has to say yes Okay, you want to come on Sunday? Sure. No, she can tell that person from the past, I don't know. I don't know what I want with you because I've met someone else and I see a real potential here. And I need to follow this new relationship, which means I don't want you talking to me, coming in, trying to disrupt things. I think she's using her sense of willpower to put that person from the past who's trying to rush in now. I think she might be saying, I won't ever be able to give this new person a fair chance and give my heart a fair chance of saying, could I really love this individual? Are we going to build something? Is this the person who would make me really happy? Unless I actually pay attention to them, and I can't do it with a third party energy in my head and my heart. Because here's what happens when I think of the ex. I get stressed. I keep wondering, what am I going to do? How do I tell them I don't want to reconcile? Then whose heart do I break? This is all too much. This is more like she seems to be saying, wait a minute, let me boil this down and let me just say, deep down, what is it that I asked the universe? I said, universe, please bring me the person that would be here for my greatest and highest good. I want the great love. That's my foundation. That's what I want. I want to give my whole heart to someone and I want to receive their whole heart given to me. In order to do that, it means I cannot be giving half of my heart to someone else all the time. So then this is that solar plexus. This is the willpower. And this is the root chakra. So if I want to build a foundation, guess what? I have to be that kind of a foundation. I can't be in 1 foot in and 1 foot out. That's not going to work. So I think she is actually making a choice to give the new person the opportunity. What happens then with the old person? I have to say, wow, the devil. And this is that sacral chakra. So passion, yes. Emotions, yes. Someone who, we got Capricorn energy, but someone who is perhaps, now that they've decided that they really want her, they may not necessarily respect boundaries very well. They may be still like really attached to this in the sense that, but okay, so you won't let me come on whatever Sunday. You won't let me come talk to you then, but I really want to talk to you, and so it may be that now, they went from holding back, not doing anything, to then rushing in at the last second, to then almost demanding that they wanted it to be on their terms because they finally opened the floodgates to say everything that they felt and everything that they meant and everything that they want. But now there's this kind of like attachment that really says, well, they still are not good with respect or boundaries. In part 1 and 2, we saw a character who was not really able to, step up and just be a part of the relationship. We saw somebody who kept like hanging back, and then they finally decide to race in, and it's like, okay, now that I want this, I should be allowed to have it. It's kind of like a kid who, no, I don't want it. And then the second they do want it, it's like, okay, now it's mine. No, that's not the way that works. And I feel like that's something that's being displayed. Like, instead of this person saying, wow, I understand. Yes, I should have stepped up. You've met someone and I get that you want to give them an opportunity. If it doesn't work out with them, will you please consider me? Like that. Given circumstances being what they were in part 1 and part 2, that might have been the better route. Instead, this seems like they're still like, but I need, this should be mine. Now, they may not be saying that necessarily, but it kind of looks like they do just a little bit. Like, no, please give me another chance instead. It's like, no, this is where I think it just illuminates that this character from the past, what they want when they want it, they still think it should always be up to them. That means that they're still not understanding that it is always 2 people that should be choosing each other, not one person who says, well, I want you, but not until later when I'm ready. Then, okay, I think I'm ready because I'm about to lose you, so I'm going to run in and grab it. That's not the way that works. It was never up for grabs. We should be treating someone with respect, caring enough about our partner to say, wow, I really care about this person. I love to see them smile. I want to make them happy. I love being around them because they make me happy. And we lift each other up and we keep striving to make each other's lives better. But instead, what we keep seeing is somebody who kind of is like, no, I want this now. Now I should have this. Now I'm going to come in because I want this now. And this looks like it's illuminating where there's some stuff that they still need to work on. So I kind of feel like our Empress is actually allowing themselves the breathing space to say, wow, I don't know what to do. Okay, hold on. Who says I have to, just because somebody wants to come in, I got to say yes? Who's to say that, I'm put in a position where today, in this moment, I'm supposed to choose? No, I want to be open to meeting that new person because I told the universe, please bring in what is in my greatest and highest good, and I am ready to receive. So now I want to contain things to a point where I can allow myself to experience each thing wholly and completely until I know what is the right choice. Because if I don't know what the right choice is, do nothing. In the sense of like, don't try to choose, don't try to pick, because we don't know how that ex is coming in, not really. And we don't know who the new person is, not really, not until we've gotten to know them. But it just kind of seems like the old person already had a chance with her. And even though they're ready to come in, they want it. The new person seems to be someone that, with the Sun card, she really likes this person. So it's not about like who's the better person. It's about who is she more drawn to? Does she want to give her time and attention to? And it looks like she sees that new person is someone that she really could at least entertain the idea of this becoming something real that she'll never know unless she can give them her full attention. So I think that that's what it looks like she's doing. Let's get one card for her. We got the Princess of Coins in the reverse. Don't give your heart to anybody until you're sure about who you want to give it to, because your heart belongs only to you. You don't have to give it to someone just because there's demands, expectations, people wanting it. They're not entitled to it. Nobody's entitled to it. It belongs to you. That's why it's your heart. That's why it's in your chest. I think that's a really good reminder. I think that sometimes in romance stuff, we just like let there be so much pressure and we don't want to disappoint, and then we feel like we have to make a decision right now and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, actually, I like the way that this story flowed, because I feel like that was a nice way. It was almost like advocating for her to remind herself, or for the universe to remind her that, darling, things will become clear once you know what you want. And until you know what you want, you can't really decide. So allow yourself the space to take things at a pace that's comfortable for you, to get to know this new person because you are interested in them. And the person from the past, if they really want to make things right, they have to understand that someone else is now in front of them, I'll say in line in this case. Not that anyone should have people waiting in line for them, but it's just the circumstances. Someone waited too long to come in, so someone else new has shown up on the scene. And to be fair, if she wants to get to know this new person, she needs to allow herself to do that, and allow herself to put that other person and say, look, I'm not communicating with you. No, you can't come over on Sunday. No, I'm actually getting to know this new person, and I don't do third-party stuff. I'm not going to be talking to you and talking to them. No, that's not. I'll contact you if something changes. But until then, no, I'm not giving my heart. And really, I'm not giving my heart to this new person yet either. I'm going to wait and see, who do I want to give my heart to? So it's a very empowered storyline for the Empress, because the Empress is allowing herself to say, I like this new person. I want to see where this could go. And I don't want to be stressed out by the ex trying to, come see me. I can tell the ex, no, you may not. No, you may not reach out to me either. I understand you're interested. I understand you want to fix things. I may be interested in that as well. But right now, I am actually seeing what will happen with myself and a new person. And I don't want to communicate with anyone else while I am giving this new person and we're investing right now. So if something changes and I want to communicate, I'll let you know. Until then, no, I'm not going to have you hounding me, knocking on my door, showing up on my door. No, that's not going to happen here. And I just feel like that's probably I don't know. I feel like it simplified everything. I feel like well, that's more relief. That's more relaxing to just take it down a couple thousand notches of pressure and just say, just because somebody wants to come back in does not mean they get to, nor does it mean that I won't ever necessarily still communicate with them if something were to change. But let me do what's right for me one step at a time instead of feeling like I have to make decisions without even adequate information. So I don't know. I like that. I like the way that took shape. As always, these are not real life stories. These are stories of fictional characters. So just always have fun with them. Remember that though. It'll make it a lot more fun to listen to stories when you realize that thing is your personal life. You're in charge of it. So you hold the power to make your life what you want. So these fictional stories will not tell you how it's going to go or how it should go. You get to decide what's right, what's true, what do you believe in, what do you not believe in. I'm a strong believer in free will and personal power and personal responsibility. And so, I always say, because I'm not a psychic, I wish I had that gift, but I don't. So my stories are always just, brings up, I don't know, sometimes some fun, inspirational ideas, as most, entertainment does. But at the end of the day, it's empowering to be reminded your story will be different because it'll be what you want it to be. So take care. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys so much for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you, everybody who wanted a part 3. That was really fun. And I'm so glad we did it because I loved part 3, actually. All right, you guys, take care. Bye.